So welcome everyone to Barre Chords Part 1. This is going to be bar chords that have the root note on the 6th string. And it's going to be just the most convenient bar chords to play and that you can switch to right from one position. So there's about 5 different bar chords that are pretty convenient that you can switch to just from this bar position. And I know everyone tries to avoid bar chords as much as they can, and I understand that. But you can always use a capo, remember, if you want to use these as little bit as possible. It doesn't make you a better guitarist if you use bar chords all the time. It depends, it depends on what kind of music you're playing. It depends on your sound, how you play. You can play things differently when you have a capo on, and you can play things differently when you use a bar. So it depends, okay? Nothing is black or white. Nothing is right or wrong. Everything is up to you, because I think even, Bruce Springsteen, I think, said, so it doesn't matter, who it is. Famous people use capos, it doesn't matter, okay? It's not about being a good musician. Don't get caught up in that ego stuff, Just focus on what works for you. If you play bar chords and you don't like it at all, it doesn't work at all, then don't do it, use a capo. If you want to use bar chords, this lesson will help you out. I have some other classes, remember, going over each bar, a different type of chord, but that is like all major chords, all minor chords, and it's organized that way. I'm making this video so that it's all just in one position and you can just see how to change your fingers very simply. And we'll do a part 2 on the 5th string. All right, so let's get right into it. So if you're familiar with the bar chord position, this is the major bar chord. Let's start there because it's the basis for everything else. So the major bar chord, and let's play just for ease for yourself. If you're not used to playing bar chords, it might be very difficult to play them on the 1st fret. It's a little bit harder to press down there. So let's play them up at the 5th fret, which would be an A. Okay, the key of A. I'm tuned in standard tuning, if you're wondering. So this is what an A bar chord sounds like. Now, the fingering for this is putting your barring, obviously, the 5th fret, from the 1st to the 6th string with your 1st finger, then bringing your 2nd finger on the 3rd string, on the 6th fret, the fret just in front of your 1st finger, and then your 3rd finger goes on the 5th string and your pinky on the 4th string. But it's on the 7th fret, so it's 1 fret again in front of your 2nd finger. So this is the diagram up here, and that's a major, right? Now to play a minor chord, regular minor chord, you just remove your 2nd finger. Okay, so 2nd chord is a minor chord. Just remove your 2nd finger and play again. You can even use your 2nd finger to help press your 1st finger down if you have trouble with these chords. Okay, so major chord, minor chord. Okay, then you can also play a minor 7 by again removing another finger. You can remove your pinky finger. So we were here for a major, then we take the middle finger off, not giving it to you, just showing you. Then take the pinky finger off. So the only finger you're pressing down besides your barring the 5th fret is the 7th fret on the 5th string, and that's it. And everything else stays open. So pressing down and major, minor, minor 7, okay? And then a dominant 7 chord. One of my favorite chords. I love dominant chords, dominant 7 chords. Remember when it says like F7, that's a dominant 7 chord, okay? Or A7, that's a dominant 7. There's a difference between that and a major 7. The notes are different, okay? So dominant 7 chord is accessible here. So if you just, again, go back to the major chord and simply take off your pinky this time, but keep your 2nd finger on the 6th fret on the 3rd string and your 3rd finger on the 5th fret, the 5th string on the 7th fret. Okay, so wherever you are, wherever you take this chord, you're keeping the same fingering, right? So the major chord, again, sounds like, and then taking the pinky off, the dominant 7 sounds like, all right? So it's a more bluesy chord. They use them in blues a lot, the dominant 7. So only one more chord from this position, and that's the suspended 4th. The way I play it, just for ease, to make it easier for you, you can play it with using all of the fingers. There's only 3 notes in the suspended 4th chord, okay? So in playing that chord, you can do it an easy way where you're barring the chord. And again, you can use your second finger to help your first finger press down. And bring your third finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string and your pinky on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. And this is a suspended 4th chord. Okay? And I find that's the most accessible way. It's technically still a suspended 4th if you play also the 7th fret on the 5th string. I find that very difficult to play though. I guess you could bar it with your 3rd finger. Putting all 3 fingers on 1 fret is kind of tough there. So it's up to you what you want to do. This is the way I recommend playing it, but you'll see that in a lot of diagrams. People will say that a suspended 4th is also playing the 5th string as well. But I take that off because all the notes are still the same and just bar and play like this. Okay? So just to go over again real quick, we're going to have starting from the first position, the major, the dominant 7th, just taking your pinky off, then putting your pinky back on, taking your second finger off is the minor chord. Taking your pinky off from there is the minor 7. And then putting your pinky and your 3rd finger back on and moving them down 1 string, both fingers down 1 string, is the suspended 4th. Okay? And that's all of them. It's all those chords right in that one position. So I hope that's been helpful for you. And if you'd like a diagram of all the chords, I put one down below. Use a free PDF and a link with all of it'll have them for both videos, not just the ones on the 6th string, but also in part 2 for the 5th string. I'll put them all in one PDF. That way they're all in one place. You can look at them all quickly. All right? So that's there down free in the description if you'd like to get that. And otherwise, I'll see you for part 2. Take care.